Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you are having a great day. Am I the idiot for refusing to share some money with my stepsister for college, and being honest with my mom when she asked me why? My dad died when I was 7, and my mom remarried when I was 9. My mom's husband has a daughter the same age as me, Carrie. Carrie's mom is a bad person, and last year, my stepdad learned that his ex stole from Carrie, and took all the money my stepdad had saved for Carrie's college. Carrie was upset, because she really wants to go to college, and what she wants to do means like 8 years in college. She wanted to have as much help as possible, but now it's all gone. That is tough. They've been talking about it a lot, and my stepdad tried to find a way to get more money, since even though he pressed charges against his ex, the money is long gone, and there is no way to get it back. My mom asked me if I would be willing to share the money dad left me for college with Carrie, and she told me how good of a sister I would be to help her after being betrayed by her mom. That I didn't need to, but it would mean so much to everyone. I told her I didn't want to share the money with Carrie. Mom said okay, but then wanted to know why. I didn't tell her the whole truth initially, and told her I just wanted to keep the money for me, since it was saved by Dad, and what he wanted for my future. But she didn't really buy it, and a week or two later, asked me again. So I told her the truth. That Carrie and I aren't close, we are not sisters, and I don't want to help someone in such a huge way, when I really don't care about them, or even care if they're in my life. Mom told me she was surprised I felt that way. Then I pointed out that she and her husband have known this for years. That they used to point out how we never interacted like siblings. She told me she figured we still loved each other in some way. I told her I didn't in any way. Mom then told me I was wrong to refuse to help for that reason. That whether I like it or not, we are siblings/family, and Carrie deserves to have this. She told me I was being very selfish, and she would hope my dad would be angry at me for not embracing Carrie as a sister despite our issues, and not helping her. Then she told her husband what I said, and he was pissed at me. Good God. Am I the idiot? OP gives more information in the comments. Her mother is who stole from her, so she's not providing for her. Never really did, from what I know. But I still don't feel like it needs to be my job to make up for that. My grandparents are in charge of the money until I turn 18, so my mom can't access it. Let your grandparents know what your mother asked you to do. So they won't take her word when she goes to them and claims you said it was okay to give money to your stepsister. They wouldn't take her word anyway, but they are aware. My grandparents and mom don't get along the best, so they'd never just take her word for it. So, mom asks her daughter to share with her stepdaughter the money that her deceased husband left her, but says it's okay to refuse, and when she refuses and tell her why, mom gets angry, saying that daughter's dead dad would keep ashamed of her, then tells her current husband, making everyone angry with her own daughter. Jesus Christ. Look, I'm sorry that Carrie has a shitty mother that stole her college fund, and that doesn't feel remorse for doing it, and that now Carrie doesn't have the financial support that she hoped to have when she went to university. I really am sorry for her. And I'm also happy that, despite her bio mother, she still has parents who care about her, in this case, her father and OP's mom, but it's not OP's obligation to support her through college, and it's wrong to make her think she is. OP has no duty to give stepsister the money her dad left her. Would it be noble of her? Yes, of course, but acting as if it were her obligation is wrong of them. It surprises me that OP's mom even asked her that. OP and her stepsister are the same age, so it means that OP will probably also go to college soon. Maybe not as long as Carrie intends, but still, she will have student and general expenses, so why isn't OP's mom thinking more about her daughter's needs? If it were me, I would be glad, since OP already has her dad's money, she would already be covered with her college expenses, so the mother and her husband could focus on helping Carrie. But actually, she wants to take her daughter's money to give it to her stepkid. Also, is she really mad at OP because she refused to give her money? Or mad for the reason she refused? I don't know why they were surprised, especially when they already know that they aren't close. Why is it surprising that she doesn't see her as a sister? Since just because you live in the same house with someone, or your parents are married, doesn't mean you consider them family. Could Carrie maybe be the favorite? Or do they think she has a better chance of thriving in college? Or is it just because they are really very upset that OP doesn't consider her a sister? Do they think they failed this new family because of this? I don't know the answer to these questions, but even if they make no distinction between the girls, that they consider both their daughters equally, with this request, they would be damaging OP. So, not the idiot OP, since apparently you have to think about what's best for you, because I don't know for sure if the rest of your family also has that in mind. And what do you guys think about this situation? What advice would you give OP? Now let's read what the comments say. You are not the idiot, and please make sure they can't get hold of that money. Your dad wanted that for you. No one else. Carrie has her own father and mother to provide for her. Your mother is out of line. Carrie is your stepsister, you can acknowledge her as a sibling, but that doesn't mean you need to like her, love her, or give her your father's money. Not the idiot. Hopefully the money is protected, so your mom and stepdad can't access it. There will be a lot of pressure from them on you to give in. Be strong and don't give in. Another option you may want to consider is to offer to loan her the money at a decent interest rate. But that has the risk that she can declare bankruptcy one day and owe you nothing. But definitely not the idiot. This is the job of Carrie's dad and OP's mom to fix, since mom is so invested in this. No more vacations, no eating out, brown bag their lunches, move to a studio apartment, in a cheap neighborhood, sell the house, take the bus, sell their cars, sell any other toys, boat, whatever, no more cable TV, etc. Oh, and liquidate all other savings, assets, etc., until such time as Carrie's money is recovered. If they haven't done all this, asking OP to sacrifice is gross and wrong. If they have done all of this, asking is not necessarily wrong, but they still need to accept a no, without comment or consequence. Asking OP to sacrifice, before the parents have done so, is disgusting. Not the idiot. I doubt Carrie would feel even remotely guilty, refusing you for the same reasons. Don't feel guilty, and even if you do, don't spend thousands of dollars on an ungrateful person, hoping to make it go away. Not the idiot, tell your mom to stop guilt-tripping you, and drop the subject. It is money left by your father for your education. I hope the fund is in a secure place. Mom then told me I was wrong to refuse to help for that reason. That whether I like it or not, we are siblings/family, and Carrie deserves to have this. This is probably much the same reasoning that Carrie's mother used to convince herself it was okay to steal from her child. We're family and I deserve this. So, do you guys agree with the comments? What advice would you give OP? And what would you do in a situation like this? Would you share the money with stepsister? Or would you do the same as OP? Don't forget to leave your comments down below. Oh, are you enjoying the videos so far? If so, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications to know when a new video is out. This really helps the channel, so I appreciate it. Now let's go to the next story. Am I the idiot for not adopting my dying best friend's dog and buying a puppy from a breeder instead? My best friend is dying of cancer. He could pass away any moment. Today, I was visiting and showed him a picture of the German Shepherd puppy I just put a security deposit on. It will be ready to take home in 4 weeks. I've always wanted a German Shepherd puppy, so I was excited to show him the pictures, and I thought maybe the pictures would bring him at least a moment of joy, even if the moment was fleeting. But instead of sharing my excitement, things became awkward. After a few minutes of awkwardness, I asked him what was wrong. I was blindsided by his response. He said that his cousin, who was supposed to take his 2-year-old pug, named Horace, could no longer take him, and I could save a lot of money by taking his dog. I looked over at Horace, and he looked back at me. Well, he tried to look at me, but he's got one wandering eye that pretty much is always looking towards the ceiling. I could feel his glare with his good eye though. Horace is not a good dog. This is not me being an a-hole, this is simply me knowing Horace. He's a little shit, and on top of that, he shits in the house and he tears stuff up. He's always yapping, he's always wanting something, and he doesn't even know what he wants. He literally just wants to want something. Non-stop. He was never properly trained. Overall, I'm not a fan of the pug dog breed. Their faces look like they've been hit with a shovel. They are always gasping for air with their eyes bulged out, as if they are stranded without a space helmet in the Martian atmosphere. This guy really doesn't like pugs. I told my friend, no thank you, but I will try to help you find him a good home. Really? He says. Are you effing kidding me? You've known Horace since he was a puppy. I know, that's why I don't want him. He's just not a good dog. Wow, you are such an a-hole. My friend says. So, am I? Well, OP, I don't think you're the idiot for not wanting to adopt your friend's dog, especially since you've already shown that you don't like him very much. But yeah, you're kind of are, for the reason/way you told your friend why you didn't want Horace, even though it was the truth. We know that you have always wanted a German Shepherd, and now you have the opportunity to have one. And I also get that you have certain expectations for your dog, and that Horace doesn't meet them. But what you said to your friend must have hurt him, even if it wasn't your intention. Especially now, as the question of who will get his dog after his death must be a point of concern for him at the moment, among so many other things. Also, with what you said, and the way you said it, you not only offended his dog, but also him, as if you were blaming him for the dog being like that. Even if it wasn't your intention, that's what you did. You're not the idiot OP, but unfortunately, unintentionally, you were a little insensitive to your dying friend. Oh, I think you already know, but the puppy will also shit on your floor, and will destroy your things, until you train him. And this may not happen as soon as you would like. So please, be patient with your dog. And what do you guys think about this situation? Let's see what the comments say. So, you're under this impression that the German Shepherd puppy you dropped money on isn't going to shit in the house and tear up stuff? It'll be a puppy though, not a full-grown dog. My German Shepherd dog doesn't piss and shit in the house. He also doesn't damage anything. Why? Because he was properly trained as a puppy, unlike the pug in this post. Do you seriously think it's normal for a fully grown dog to be shitting in the house? LOL. Bottom line, OP is not an a-hole for not taking a 2-year-old untrained dog that OP does not like or want. I know a woman who had several untrained dogs. When she had to move, the new owners' dogs went to a shelter, had their hands full retraining the dogs. And they loved and wanted the dogs. It's a lot harder to untrain bad habits, particularly when you don't like the dog, than it is to teach new ones. I think they mean that since this is their puppy, they will be training from the get-go, whereas Horace is already, and has learned bad habits, which will take time, training and consistency to break. The behavior anyway, the gasping for air is just a pug thing. But it's also likely Horace will need more vet visits/cost more, since pugs are so unhealthy. While I agree that OP used absolutely no tact in this situation and therefore is the idiot, it isn't unreasonable to not want to take on a 2-year-old untrained dog over a puppy. Provided one has realistic expectations and commitment to properly training the said puppy. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Horace is an adult dog who shouldn't be doing that stuff, instead of a puppy, who you train to not do that stuff. He's not the idiot. To be fair, he is more implying that Horace is badly trained, and OP would rather start training a dog breed he actually wants, versus a dog he already has negative feelings for, that has gone through, from what it sounds like, a poor/lack of training. Which, to be fair, isn't Op's friend's fault. Depending on when he got his cancer and all, I'm willing to give Horace slack. And what about you guys? What would you do if you were OP? Would you adopt the friend's dog, even if it wasn't what you wanted? Or would you do the same as OP? What about the friend? If it were you, would you have said the same thing to him? Would you tell him the ugly truth, even if it would hurt him? Or not? What would you do? Please, don't forget to leave what you think in the comments. And that's it for today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time.